Great. So today, my lovely ladies, it is about how to eat like a French woman. Because if you want to lose weight or keep your weight steady, this is the way to do it. You need to eat like a French woman. And why is that? Is because we French women tend to, with various techniques, we tend to keep our weight fairly stable. Or when we put on a few pounds, it is, I won't say easier, but it is simpler because we apply what we know how to apply in order to lose this excess weight. And I'm going to give you a big tip right now. It is, if you have put on a little bit of weight, is not to wait too long or not to wait at all until you do something about it. And it is something maybe that puts French women differently from other nations, in that we address the weight gain very, very soon, because we know that if we wait too long, then we may put on some more weight on top, and then it may be more and more difficult in the long run to lose that weight. And one of the first reasons is because you may be overwhelmed. If there is too much weight to lose, you may panic, you may lose heart, you may maybe give up because it's just too much of an endeavor, too big of an endeavor. As opposed to if you, like we do, if you tackle it straight away after, let's say, big weekend of celebration, if you tackle it the week after, I'm not kidding, this is what we do, then you may have lost the weight within a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, certainly over a month. And sometimes, if you don't have much to lose, you may lose it during the week. So it is really such a big thing to start noticing your body. And before we go further, I would like to say that we are all beautiful, we are all different, and no matter what you look like, who you are, etc., we are all beautiful. And there's no fat shaming today. As you know, there's no fat shaming for us here, or any sort of shaming. But so that's out of the way. So now we can start. So as you probably know, I have this program that I teach to my ladies. And actually, it is one of my most popular program out of my large stable of programs. And it is Eat Like a French Woman, where I give my student many techniques, many step-by-step, many how to, and they get probably many wow moment. And certainly they have lost weight through that program. They go through it. I mean, it's not a diet. We call it actually the no diet diet, because it is not a diet. It is a way of eating. It is a way of how can I say that? How to, there's a verb here that I'm missing. How to reacquaint yourself, if you like, with food and the way you eat. So that food is no longer the enemy. Yourself is no longer the enemy. You are no longer feel guilty. You no longer hate yourself for having eaten this and that. There is no guilt, no regret, or nothing like this. But what we need to do is to get some discipline, and you need to get some mindfulness. Yes, we need to get mindful about not only what we eat, but certainly how we eat. We need to relearn maybe how to eat well, how to celebrate the meals, how to prepare our meals with good quality ingredients, to enjoy our meals again. no longer eat on the run, no longer eat while walking. Do the best we can to eat with our family or together. And there's so many more things that I teach in that program. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments and we'll start the conversation. And there will be a gift for you during the live stream, maybe during in the middle or towards the end. So let's have a look. We have a question from Donna. Marianne, could you possibly touch on keeping the weight off once we lose it? Certainly. And because this program of eating like a Frenchwoman is not a diet, it is a way to eat. So you will change a number of things in your life. This is life-changing, of course. So you will need to change various aspects of your life. And this is why you will do that. It is not just, okay, you will eat like diet to tell you, okay, you eat this and that, or no longer eat this and that, or maybe no longer eat at all for a certain amount of time. But the way we eat in France is completely different. It's not that at all. So that by the way you change the way you eat, you'll be doing it every single day. So you couldn't, so you asked a question, Donna, how to keep the weight off once you lose it. If you are on the program, if you like, if you change the way you eat, the way I teach it, there shouldn't be too many of those gaining weight and, oh, I can't lose it, because you will. Okay. Now and again, yes, we put on weight, and even me, because of some medicine I am on, or sometime we are, we have the celebrations, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and you have also the menopause, you have all sorts, and sometimes our weight fluctuates. But this is why the Eat Like a Frenchwoman program is so good, because you are learning about your body again. You are listening to your body. You are noticing things again. You're no longer eating blindfolded. Okay. So this is why you will find that once you put a little bit of weight on, or if you put a little bit of weight on, it will be much easier and simpler for you to lose it. Okay, with that program. Is that helpful for you, Donna? Please let me know. From Tiny Face Maggie, having a beautiful wardrobe is thin inspiration because I don't want to grow out of it. I love this. Love it. So hands up anyone who thinks that there is a holy grail to losing weight. Type holy grail in the comments, in the chat, and answer if there is none. Really, it is discipline. There is no holy grail. There is no holy grail at all. You need to eat mindfully. You need to use the techniques I teach you in that program of Eating Like a Frenchwoman. You need to make the changes and keep the changes changed. And many of my students actually say, my husband and I, and some of them are with their whole family, they have changed the way they eat. So it is not just that lady who purchased the course, but actually she has enrolled her whole family. So it's really nice to see the whole family participate in that way to eat, and they are much happier in the process. From Marilyn, this is really good advice. Don't do what I did and literally sit on it. Anything you can lose is pressure off your knees, which means less pain and more mobility as we age. Exactly. And eating well and losing weight leads to many health benefits. Being heavy is not good on our joints, it's not good for our heart, it's not good for many, many things. So hooray for eating healthier. From Cynthia. Hello, beautiful Marianne and chat friends. Hello, Cynthia. I hit 50 and weight packed on. Exactly. Many women find that, and men find that as they're reaching the 50s or sometimes the 60s, weight starts piling on. Why? Is because we keep probably doing the same thing as we used to do when we were younger. But unless we are when we are younger, we don't have to move much to keep the furnace going. But as we get older, we need to move more. And just when the time went round, probably we don't want to move more, that we need to move more. So it's not fair, I know. But if you move more, you will find it even easier to lose the weight, as well as the techniques that I give. And it doesn't have to be running a marathon, just walking for a good half hour, make good walking, half an hour or an hour a day. I think they said that an hour a day is very good. And it will help you tone up and also move your inside. So it's good for digestion as well. Good also for your joints, your muscles and everything. And it is good for the morale as well. From Elizabeth, no, food is not the enemy. The way we eat is one determining factor. Mindful portion control and slow. Exactly. So if there are any students of mine, student from the Eat Like a Frenchman program, please let us know that you're a student and let us know in the comments what you think of the program and how that program has helped you. How were you before and how are you now? How was your way to eat before? What was maybe your downfall or something? Were you snacking or overeating or something like that? And how has it changed for you? And how you're feeling, how you are thanks to that program now? That would be really, really helpful. Really helpful. From Cynthia, problem foods, chocolate, anything salty and crunchy, cheese, pasta. Yes, and there's something to do with texture as well. Sometimes we want some kind of texture, so we're really looking for it. And also, let's not forget, in the winter, things might get even worse because it gets cold. Today, for instance, out of nowhere, yesterday starting being cold, and today we've had like a snowstorm. It never happens here, and the temperature is so low, especially for us. It's probably around -1 or 2. I don't know, -1, 0, something for us is very cold. And of course, what do you yearn? Things that are hot. So at lunchtime, I made a vegetable soup, fresh vegetables, and we had a soup. So you don't have to put on weight on the soup. It is just vegetables. But if you add bread, 2, 3, four more slices with butter or with lots of cheese, then you are piling on the calories. You don't need that. The bowl of soup is nourishing by itself. You can also add some chicken in it. You can, add some kind of meat if you like to make it even more like a meal. But one bowl of soup for me is enough, and that's a very good portion. But if you want, instead of not eating the bread and the cheese and the butter, maybe if you want some more soup, I think you can, because it's vegetables. And of course, around the Christmas time in the winter, we want more rich foods, don't we? But we can cook some really rich food, but just eating that meal. And we don't need anything that's on the side, meaning the snacking and the biscuits and everything. Problem food, bread, pasta. I must say, the bread. The bread is, for many women that I have spoken to, and in France as well, we have fantastic bread in France, and we have fantastic bread probably everywhere in the world, and we love our bread. But our tummy is not too keen on bread, because many of us find that it rounds up the tummy. We know when we have eaten bread. So we can still eat bread, because as French women, we like it, and we're not really ready to give up on bread, la baguette, etc. But we can eat less of it, maybe every 2 days, or just one slice a day or something like that, or one slice at a meal. So there are ways to still eating the things you love, because in my program you can still eat the things you love, but in a way that you don't go overboard. From Theo, my enemy is emotional eating. That's a very good topic. Very, very good. And that's That's a topic that affects many people, emotional eating. From tiny face, I never eat standing up, always sit at the table, eat slow and small portion. That's excellent. Just like we do in France, we sit down at the table. And for instance, at lunchtime, many of you will not know, but we take usually in general 2 hours, 2 hour break for lunch, 2 hour break. So you will see offices, you will see shops closed between 12 and 2. That's lunchtime. And you will see many people in restaurants. And they do eat, and they take a good hour, an hour and a half in the restaurant and go back to the office for 2. Because lunchtime is our main meal. And that is good because then you have the rest of the day really to digest the meal, as opposed to if you eat more in the evening, then you're not going to do much actively after the meal in order to lose those calories. So they will sit there during your evening. Oh, I've just noticed a super thanks from Maggie, the substitute. Thank you very much, Maggie, for your super thanks. Very much appreciated. Thank you. And Maggie says, enjoying the teaching and the courses. Thank you very much, Maggie. From Paula, Marianne, I want to have French recipes. I have lots of Mediterranean. I eat slow to enjoy the food, flavors. I notice this gives me a sensation of being full. Exactly. This is one of the things that I teach also. From Cynthia, exercise also increases my appetite. Ooh, can't win. Yes, but activity really can help making feel better. But with the course that I teach, then that won't be a problem with the way you will learn to eat. So really, you may have lots of habits, old habits, and somehow some bad habits as well that we call bad habits. For instance, raiding the fridge at midnight, snacking when you prepare a meal, or snacking when you come home from work, snacking with the children or grandchildren. What else? Eating really fast, finishing every single thing on your plate. Let me know if one of these is something that you've been doing, because I address these in the course. Well, it's not a course; it's a program. There's so much in there. Lots of live streams, videos, master classes, and also one monthly Q&A call. So I'm going to ask my helper to put that coupon code for you, and I am giving you a $50 US dollar off my program today, and my helper, my husband, is going to add here the coupon code and the link to the course. So please let me know if you have any question on the program, but we can continue anyway on the questions. Okay. From Therese, I am in my mid-40s, been fairly slim for most of my life, except a chubby stage in childhood. I am just trying to be proactive as possible. Any suggestion for avoiding perimenopausal weight gain? At least, Therese, which is very good, is that you are anticipating what is going to happen. Because, as we mentioned earlier, there's in the 50s, 60s, and metabolism slows down. And we may be eating the same as we used to, but our body no longer needs as much food, or maybe the way you are eating or the type of food, and also we may be moving less. So it's a good time, Therese, to be thinking of it so you can start making adjustment. So again, my program can really help with that because it teaches you a new way to eat, a new way to acquaint yourself with food, a new way to change your bad habits, to stop the snacking, stop the raiding the fridge, stop overeating, all these kind of things that really is not helping you. Not only is not helping you, but it hinders you in your desire to lose weight. And that will only get worse as it goes. I hope that's helpful for you, Therese. From Mama Cotton, I think. Good reminders, Marianne. To me, sugar and simple carbs equal inflammation, equal pain. When I work to avoid these things, and yes, it takes discipline, as you say, I feel less arthritis, pain, and less migraine. And this is true. Some food can be more of a problem to some people than others. We are all different, and of course, our gut react differently as well. And so it is best to avoid those foods that give you issues. Of course, by the way, if you are on a special diet and you're working with a dietitian or your doctor, please go and ask them about this program. As I said, it's not a diet, it's a new way to eat. Okay. From Yara, I guess fasting and discipline have been helpful, at least for myself. At 51 and being petite, I always have to be careful. Yet eating real food without dieting is the best thing to do. Exactly. We also in France, and with that Eat Like a Frenchman program, we don't do fasting per se, but what we do is the natural fasting, which is overnight. Overnight is the natural fasting. So let's see if you finish your meal at 7. In the UK, it's going to be probably finishing at 6 p.m. because in the UK you eat early. But let's say, the places may finish at 7. 8 is quite late. That's probably like the French eat. Probably they finish at 7 or 8. So you have, let's say if you finish eating at 7 and don't raid the fridge after that. Once you finish your meal, you have to be disciplined not to eat anything until the next day. Okay. So let's say you finish at 7 p.m. and you get up at 7 a.m. So that's 12 hours of fasting already. And if you have a small breakfast, or if you have a late breakfast, let's say you're not hungry, and I don't advise anybody to eat if they're not hungry, because it's just a habit otherwise. Then let's say you start being hungry at 10 a.m. Well, if you hadn't eaten until 7 p.m. the day before, that's 15 hours of fasting. Let's not forget that breakfast is to break the fast. Le petit déjeuner, le jeûne is not le jeûne in French is fasting. So le déjeuner is undoing the fast. So that's what it is. Le petit déjeuner is a small breakfast, and the déjeuner really is the breakfast. You break the fast, literally. Okay. So think about that. It's really good. I have been doing the no breakfast in the morning, because I've realized that really I was not hungry in the morning. I was just eating a couple of toast because I think it's a habit. And we chat with my husband and we read the news or something. And it was more of a thing to do socially. But was I hungry? So I was asking my question, I am hungry. And I was thinking, I'm not hungry. So I waited until I was hungry. And some days I don't eat anything until lunchtime. Sometimes I feel, I'm getting hungry mid-morning, around 10:30. So I have a banana, usually, or an apple. So that has helped me to lose a little bit here and there because of my medication, I have been putting a little bit on weight. So that has helped me. So maybe if that's your case, you can do that. But I don't do the, many people are doing the, don't even know how to complete that fasting. When you fast 1 day or 2 days a week or something, I don't do it, but you can do what you like. But I find that there is already that natural fast every day. That to most of us in France is enough. So let's have a look. So I hope that is helpful for you so far. Please let me know if you have any question. Nikki says, when I once stayed with a French family, they ate things separately that I was used to eating on one plate. Is it still done? Maybe it could be the salad. The salad is eaten towards the end of the meal. The cheese as well. And some people change the plates for the cheese. Sometimes some don't. That could be that. For instance, the starter is eaten on its own plate, and then we remove the plate of the starters, served on a small plate. We remove that, and then we eat the main course. And some people serve the salad, and they remove the plate, put the salad, the green salad separately, and maybe with the cheese. So it depends on the people. From Laurie, you eat like a French. Oh, Laurie is one of my Eat Like a Frenchwoman study. Your Eat Like a Frenchwoman program is one I follow. Smaller portions, no snacking, lots of water. It really works. A great program. Merci. Thank you very much, Laurie. And yes, the water. Drinking a lot of water is something that I advise. I find that many people do not drink enough water. Even when we think we drink enough, we don't. And especially when it starts getting cold, because we're not too hot to be reaching for the water, so we don't drink enough. So we need to watch that. Water is very good. You don't need anything in there. Water should be enough. It's so good for you. Let's not forget that water is so good that it's good for you on the inside, but good for you on the outside. It gives you good skin. It's good for moisturizing the body. And very good when you talk on live stream. So thank you very much, Laurie, for that. From Cynthia, I need protein for every meal, low blood sugar. Yes, so if you have health needs, they take priority, of course. So always stick to the health advice that you may have had from dietitian or your health practitioner, of course. But French people eat protein as well at every meal. So you see, so for instance, at lunchtime, we're going to eat in France. We're going to eat either meat or fish, and we have fish minimum once a week, and sometimes twice a week. The Friday is usually the fish day for us, and in the evening, the meal is going to be much lighter, but we usually have a piece of cheese, or sometimes we can have leftovers from the lunch, so it may be a smaller piece of meat or smaller piece of fish or something like this, but it's much lighter meal. So I hope this is helpful for you so far. Marilyn, the best thing I ever did was to stop eating prefab food and make everything at home, so I control the ingredients. That's excellent, Marilyn. Processed foods are causing such huge health problems in the West, but not only in the West. All the countries that are modernizing their foods are having the health problems. So we don't know what's in those food, but we know that there are lots of ingredients we don't know about. We can't even read the ingredients. We certainly can't spell them or pronounce them. So if you can't pronounce them, not very good. And they're very salty. They contain too much salt, too much sugar, or too much fat. At least that. But on top of that, you have the flavorings, the colorings, etc. Not good. So in that Eat Like a Frenchwoman program, I motivate you and advise you to eat, to cook, prepare your food from fresh ingredients. From Tiny Face, a tea or coffee really fills you up before a meal and definitely after a meal instead of seconds. Yes. And what I advise actually to drink a glass of water about half an hour before your meal, so that fills you up a little bit, and drink water throughout. I actually drink water a sip of water in between each mouthful of food. And this way, you don't eat as much. But you see how it's done in the program. You are really helped throughout. From Nancy, that's something, yes, I wanted to add with the water. Many people think that they are hungry when in fact they may be just thirsty. That's a big thing. So what do they do? Instead of drinking a glass of water, they eat something. So I tell you, I give you the solution for that in the program, what to do. From Nancy, I have gained an embarrassing amount of weight. I feel hopeless. Never feel hopeless or helpless, Nancy. If you need help, enroll in the program, Eat Like a Frenchman. You will see how it's going to help you. It's going to change. It's going to change your life because it's a new way to eat, but it's not just to eat. It's going to change so much in your life. It's going to change you, how you eat, what you eat, when you eat, who you eat with. So many things, and it makes people happier. So if you have any more questions about this program, let me know, but you can enroll in it. Don't forget, you have 30-day money back guarantee in all our programs. And I give you one Q&A call live every month. So if you have any questions, you can contact me, ask me. From Maggie, question, is menopause belly real or is the weight gain evenly distributed? Any tips to have the round tummy as we age? I am the one in pink dress who emailed you. Ah, yes. Thank you so much. Well, good question. In my experience, different people can put the weight on differently. It depends on the body shape, I think, how they are made, because we are made differently. And I'm told I'm slim, and some people are petite and wider, so we are all different. But it tends to be some people, it's more on the lower tummy, some it's more on the higher tummy, some it's the whole tummy, but it's all on this area. It's all the tummy area. There's not much we can do, but what we can do is looking at how and what we eat, especially the how is more important. And many people are surprised by that, but yes. And this is why the eating like a Frenchwoman is easier to stick to than the diets, because the diets concentrate only on what you eat. And it is difficult. What if I want a biscuit? What if I want a cake? But I'm going out. What do I do? I'm going on holiday. What am I going to do? I'm invited. What am I going to do? But we Eat Like a Frenchman program. You are so well advised. We give you all the technique and everything that help you to know exactly what to do when you're invited, when you go on holiday, during the celebration, etc. So you don't have to worry about that, and your diet doesn't flounder. Because as we know, diets don't work. So yes, so Maggie, our answer is that we are all different. So the weight may be put in a different area of the body, but we can do something at least to make it less prominent. Okay. And it's good to be aware of this. Awareness is important in the way we eat. From Nikki, is it still a French way to eat? Is it still the French way to eat less food items on one plate that, e.g., in the UK? Certainly, in France, we don't have as much on a plate. That is sure, and our portions are smaller. Certainly, much smaller than in America, where you have large portions. And I address this as well in the program. You will see, even what you eat on the plate and everything will change. You will see so many things will change. You will love it. From Tiny Face, Senna is a natural laxative. Okay, it helps for sluggish menopause system. I highly recommend. Laxatives are useful when necessary, but as with all things, it's better to take it with care, because I know that some people take them extensively, and your gut may become lethargic, and that is no good. So you need to be careful with laxative. But also, if you increase water in your diet, if you increase the vegetables, the right vegetable and the fiber, that will help the your gut. And certainly in France, we find anything to do with the gut very important. I remember adverts in my old days about things that were helping the gut moving, and the recipe for healthy gut, etc. So this is definitely good. And also we need to think about the gut flora. That's important as well. What do we eat? What about those? I remember somebody mentioned the probiotic. There are some probiotics, yogurt or the drinks, and that can help as well. From Cynthia, I get so hungry at night and then can't sleep, so I get up and have a snack. Yes, and this, you're not alone, Cynthia. And many people, I have been contacted a lot about this, the snacking and the raiding the fridge at night. But you need some. So I don't know if Cynthia, if you want to enroll, this is the time with $50 off. And then in the program, I not only touch on that, but I talk extensively about that, about the snacking and the raiding the fridge at night. So you will have all the techniques and what to do so that you avoid that. Okay? Maybe put the link again and the coupon code. It's from Sonia. Because Cynthia, sorry, Cynthia, many of my students had that problem. And by following the program, they stopped that. Okay, so if they can do that, you can probably do it as well. So I wish you all the best success. Hopefully, I'll see you in the program. From Sonia, one thing that is problematic is shift work. Yes, I've heard that many times. When qualified, I had to do 16-hour shifts with no regular breaks. That is awful, because that disrupts the body's natural rhythm, not only dietary, but also the sleep patterns. And people with deregulated sleep patterns end up putting more weight on, and they get more tired, and makes them eat more, and they end up putting on weight more. So it's not only just the sleep, but also the diet that is impacted with those shifts. And certainly 16-hour shift with no regular breaks, that is awful, absolutely awful. And that is very, very difficult. Very difficult indeed. From Judy, I found writing down what I eat gave me a more mindful diet. That's very good. My willpower and self-discipline is my problem now. Well, a food journal, for instance, a very good idea, because you like writing down. So you can pick up one of my journals. I've got them for on my website. I've got many journals in there, and you can use one of them, and you write, for instance, what you eat, when you eat, how you eat, do you snack, anything that you are noticing, and you write it down, because it's good to know where we are failing in a way, so that we can address that. From Sue Forte, I lived in France 3 years and I didn't gain anything, and I really ate everything and a lot. The quality of the food is superb. It is. Thank you very much, Sue, for letting us know. Yes, because we will have many markets. I talk about how markets as well. We have markets in France, throughout France, every day. Every day there's a market in a town. So I'm not saying that there are 7 markets in one town, but in the big towns there are, let's say, the town of a normal size, there will be 3 market days, let's say Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And some days are some as well. But wherever you live, there will be in a town around you a market on a Monday, another town will be Tuesday, and a market Wednesday. Around me, everybody knows which is the market in that town, in that town, and that town. I can just go anywhere and ask, oh, what is the market day of the town next? Oh, it's on a Thursday. And what about this? Oh, that's a Tuesday here. Thursday, that is Brickbeck. A Tuesday, oh, that's Roville-la-Place. Saturday, that is Valogne. A Friday, that's Barneville. And there is a market every day around you. So if you want, and if you can, obviously, go to market every day, you can. But French people go, people retired go to the market every day or every 2 days. And or you can go to the market once or twice a week to get your fresh veggies for your soup. Really good. Thank you very much, Sue. Lovely to hear. Cynthia is saying to Sue, less seed oils, less processed food, and chemical additives. I had the same experience. I could eat whatever I want in France, no weight gain. Yes, exactly. So this is really an incentive for you to eat better quality ingredients, better quality food. Do your best to avoid processed food because they don't have your best at heart. Okay, so choose fresh vegetable, fresh fruit, good meat that you know where it's from, and the closer to its natural state, the better. If you can't recognize what that meat is, like and the breadcrumbs, whatever, maybe it's not that good to eat. From Marilyn, Marilyn is saying to Judy, I am a boredom eater, and sometimes I have caught myself looking for something to eat to distract myself from something I don't want to do. Yes, boredom is a big problem, and you need to find something else to take the mind of the food. But I also talk about that problem as well. Ergo, the mindfulness. Very good, very good. From Judy, dieting seems like a lot of sacrifice and very slow result. Exactly, which is why my no-diet diet is so much better. It is not a diet. It's a new way to eat. And you can continue to eat as those ladies said they went to France. They were still eating what they wanted. But it's such a better way to eat that you don't feel the sacrifice. You don't feel the guilt. You don't feel the hunger. You see, my little dog, Coco. Hey, Coco, what do you think about the French way to eat? Ah, la, la. It's all happening here. It's live. We are live here. And I have no control over my pets. My senior Coco. He's going to be 16 in January. He's not doing bad, is he? Oh. Hey, Coco. 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 There's my boy. Yeah, you good boy. For Marilyn, we in the US are subjected to a lot of garbage food. Our food has additives, etc., that are illegal or banned in Europe. Yes, it is true that there are many more processed foods in the US which we don't have in Europe. This is true. And this is why try to, for instance, instead of buying chicken nuggets or something like that is processed chicken, there are additives in it and all sorts, buy a whole chicken. And a whole chicken that can give you 2 to 3 meals, depending how many people you are in a family. Much better, healthier, and sometimes not much more expensive than those processed foods. From Tiny Face, add apple cider vinegar to your diet. It really helps to keep thin. My husband has that every morning. Also, which is good, is warm water, a little bit of apple cider vinegar in the morning before you have a breakfast, for instance. Or morning, what I advise is a glass of water, not cold water, but tepid water, room temperature, with some fresh lemon juice. It's good. It resets your gut. It prepares your gut to start the digestion, get ready for the food. From Paula, Marianne, how do you eat fruits and salad? Are salads a main course? What about fruits? Do you have 3 times a day? Well, the salad, we have green salad, la salade verte, usually eaten at the end of the meal. It's good for digestion. My parents ate green salad, la salade verte, after every meal, lunch and evening. It's very good for digestion. Keep things moving. Fruits. What about fruits? We have 3 times a day. I like eating, for instance, grapes, bananas, apple, that kind of thing. Things that are easy to eat. Also, dry fruit I like, even though it is obviously sweet, but I still like them. I don't know about 3 times a day. I wish I could eat fruit 3 times a day, but probably once or twice a day. But dried fruits, usually yes. So that I suppose it compensates a bit. Because in the winter, we don't have really, there's no fruit really apart from apples, but everything else, most of the fruits here are imported otherwise. From Therese, I love coffee, but will only drink in black. Only on occasion will have a bit of unsweetened coconut milk in it. Well, you'll do well in France because also we have coffee black. So that's good. From Mama Cotton, dear Marianne, would you ever combine a live monthly or twice a month Zoom stream for those people enrolled in your Eat Like a Frenchwoman course? I find your live stream equal good accountability. Yes, a monthly Zoom call. Well, we have a monthly Zoom call in it. So it's once a month on a Thursday. So today is the combined, because I'm talking about food and the Eat program. This is why I've got my students with me today. But usually it's once a month in the Facebook group. So it is, yes, so people can ask me questions. Sometimes I have been on a call one-to-one with one-to-one with one student, and we're having a conversation about how we ate and everything. The lady could tell me everything. It was like having a private session with me. So it is very good value. And don't forget that if ever I add something to the program, which I have done over the years, it's all free for those students of the program because I'm adding it to the program, and as they're ready in it, they have it for free as a bonus. That's a very good value, especially now today, $50 less. It's very good. From Carmen, I went back to antique plates to keep it simple when portion controlling. Yes, and we have old plates too. And that's very good for portion control, which I teach as well. From Vicky, from Vicky, thank you for this gathering. Is there a little something sweet after dinner, no coffee or fruit, you can recommend? Well, the thing about my program is that you can have what you want, but in smaller portions. So, you can have a coffee if you want a coffee. You can have a piece of fruit. You can have a yogurt. You can have a piece of cake, or depending. But because I teach you all in the program, you know exactly, what to eat when. If you have, for instance, that's how we do in France, and this is why we address the food, the weight intake straight away. And for instance, and I have been saying for many years, I have a sweet tooth. Okay, I don't eat cake like that, but I won't say no to a piece of cake, especially if I go out for a lunch or dinner. I will always have dessert. Always. I don't remember once. Well, probably after pizzas, because it's really big. I don't want to. I don't usually have a dessert after pizza, but usually I have a dessert because I don't have a starter. If I have a starter and a main course and a dessert, that's too much. So I will have the main course and the dessert. But for instance, my husband is the opposite. He will have a starter and a main course, but then the dessert. Okay, so you know exactly. Okay, you need to think in advance. Okay, I've had a cake yesterday or on Sunday. Okay, well, I better wait a couple more days or maybe the weekend to have a cake, especially if you have weight to lose. You see, so you will notice and you will learn by everything that I teach you to make the decision. Okay, will I have dessert today? Well, you can have dessert today. You can have a banana or a few cherries or something like that. But will I have that piece of cake or will I have that éclair au chocolat or mousse au chocolat or île flottante, pain au chocolat, croissant, something? Certainly, French women don't have these every day. Many people may think that French women, French people have a croissant or pain au chocolat every day with the breakfast. No, it's usually at the weekend. We don't, or if we go out or something like that. But we don't have that every day. Imagine if we had one pain au chocolat every morning. I know we'd be large. So we don't. So we pace ourselves. And this is what this program is about. You don't have to say no forever to your favorite food, but you will pace yourself. I hope all that is helpful for you. Elizabeth, water for sure, but be cautious about overdoing it, that it may dilute any medication you may be on. Very good advice, making it less effective. Moderation in everything. Exactly. It is possible to have too much water, but certainly in most people don't drink enough. And you will see it in their face, you can see they're very, very dehydrated. And one of the first things when they do when we go to hospital is give you fluids. Many people are dehydrated. You know, sometimes you feel a little headache, a tiny little headache. So, ooh, have a drink of water. Usually it's because you had dehydrated. Oh, thank you very much, Judy. Judy's just given me a special thanks. Super thanks. Thank you very much, Judy. Very much appreciated. Thank you. From Ellie, thank you for the coupon. I just enrolled. I love your classes. Oh, thank you so much, Ellie. And let me know how you get on via the Facebook group or even by email. I mean, everybody, all my students know that they have access to me via email. Okay. So let me know how you get on, Ellie. From Tiny Face, off-topic question. Would you consider doing a désinvolte masterclass? I will see what I can do. That's a very good idea, actually. I'm gonna write it down. I wrote it down. Okay. Okay. Somebody asked. Oh, are replays available if you can't attend the live session on Facebook? Yes, because the live stream stays there, so you can rewatch it as you want. So the monthly session is a Q&A. So people come with a question. If there's nobody with questions, I have to stop after, and there's nobody there, I stop after a few minutes. It's a Q&A. So come in with your questions and answer them. And usually the person staying there, we end up conversing. That's what happens. So it's very good. So that's it. Again, you have access to my Eat Like a Frenchman program, which has master classes, bonus live streams, and all sorts of things. It's such a huge program, and where I help you to reacquaint yourself with food, change your attitude with food. No more guilt, no more worries, no more feeling bad, no more any negative things like that. But au contraire, on the contrary, you will feel so much better. You will make the right changes, and that really is a life changer. So everybody, thank you very much for being live with us today. I hope this has been helpful for you, and have a lovely end of week. And next week, next Thursday is Thanksgiving. So I don't know if there will be a live stream if we are all doing celebrating Thanksgiving. So we'll have to see. I will let you know. But otherwise, have a lovely weekend. You take care, my lovely ladies. And if you have any questions, you know where I am. Thank you very much again. Au revoir.